These misconceptions of learner autonomy still haunt some teachers and students. Hi, I'm Tsar, and I will show you 8 misconceptions of learner autonomy. Number 1. If we get learner autonomy, teachers won't be necessary. This one is quite common, like having learner autonomy makes teachers redundant. Yeah, I know, the video is about misconceptions, but that one I think is sincerely, is the silliest. I hate cliche statements, but teachers' role as knowledge givers is long past dead. And to continue with the cliche discourse here, well, having autonomy in the classroom just changes the teacher's role. Teachers have a more important mission. Teachers are not just knowledge giving entities who won't shut up. Well, most of the times. Teacher intervention and guidance is critical, especially when we are implementing autonomy in the classroom, so never forget this. Number 2. Really? Do I have to read that one? Learner autonomy is self-access or self-instruction. Yep, that's wrong. I mean, I have seen some teachers saying go learn what conditionals are and report back to me. Now, if any teacher or teachers are doing this too often, yeah, they're the ones making themselves redundant. That's not gonna work. So first of all, that's not autonomy. That's self-access or self-instruction. That's not gonna work in the long run. Second of all, inciting self-access is definitely not a state of taking in charge one's learning. So you are not fostering autonomy, let alone fostering critical thinking. Self-access or self-instruction happens when learners are usually on their own and is not bad as part of a task or an activity, but it's definitely not learner autonomy, as it misses all the interdependence factors of the learning process. So, I mean, you can use it sometimes, but you are not fostering autonomy. So keep an eye on this. Number 3. The teacher submits authority and there is no control in the classroom. Woof! Here's one connected to the illusion of control. And I mean illusion of control. Classroom management is not control. You're in the situation all hail Professor Overlord, and that's not gonna work. Classroom rules can be presented and then redesigned or modified with the students, like a contract. Actually, there is evidence that the involvement of learners in rule setting increases engagement and lowers disruption in the classroom. Another element fitting this misconception is the self-regulation fallacy. Sadly, and I mean sadly, there are people who consider self-regulation just a behavioral element of desirable attention habits. Self-regulation is wider than that. It involves keeping check on one's behavior, I know, plus emotions and thoughts in the pursuit of long-term goals. Number 4. An environment with learner autonomy will overload teacher working hours. More than we already have? I mean, teachers are already with an exaggerated working load, but autonomy is not the one thing that punishes our already limited time for educating. Bad policies, tedious meetings, useless processes, you can imagine a few from your experience, and pointless activities are the cause of this. Fostering autonomy actually may take a bit of your burden off your shoulders. Number 5. Learner autonomy is a method. Come on, don't look at me like that. Some people actually think this. I overheard this one a while back. Really? Is the concept of methodology that twisted nowadays? Capacity we help learners to develop. Method. I don't see the word methodology in the concept of autonomy anyway. Now, if we're talking about methodologies or approaches that help fostering learner autonomy in the classroom, we should have a look at this. Number 6. Teachers create learner autonomy in students. We can't create a capacity. Yet, we open spaces in our lessons and activities to foster elements of autonomy. It's okay to start small. Letting them choose either how they will reach a goal or the type of production they want to use to evidence their learning. Give them a chance, really. You'll be surprised. Number 7. Autonomy is a steady state achieved by some learners. So what, is something exclusive now? I think I mentioned this one in the past video, but autonomy won't look the same across cultures, not even between learners. And think about a stat system like in RPG games, Some characters are stronger than others. Some characters have more dexterity. Some characters have more charisma. And when I place it with the 6 elements of autonomy I explained in the last video, uh, we all have them, but in different levels. And that's our autonomy as a capacity. We have different classes with our strengths and weaknesses, and we have to work on them. Number 8. Finally. I thought I was not going to make it, really. Some of these ideas really bug me. Learner autonomy is a thing in language teaching only. Yeah, I know 80% of the sources I cite come from language teaching, but come on, I'm a language teacher, what do you expect? Learner autonomy must have its proper space across all disciplines. Actually, I don't believe this, I'm sure. It should be a transversal capacity to develop. Yeah, I said it. That's it. That's enough torture for me today. So what other misconceptions of learner autonomy can you think of? I mean, I could think of a couple more, but they were so closely related to other things I've mentioned that, I decided to skip them. Thank you for your support, and remember, like, share, subscribe, and use the resources in this channel with your learners. Tsar out. Bye. Take care.